What's going on, guys? Coverkillernation here. A lot of the past 2 days really have been dedicated a lot with social media posts and articles and the like, talking about the new non-advertiser-friendly content ID system, if you really want to call it that, or the new rules and guidelines that really aren't all that new, that have been claiming videos from YouTubers' channels. So we've had a lot of people go public and say that their videos have been demonetized. And what demonetization means is that they are no longer getting ad revenue from those videos. That is how people make money off of YouTube. It's not really all that big of a secret. So whenever you see an ad before a video or on the side, or even right there on the lower quadrant of the video itself as it's playing, that's how they're making their revenue. That's how it's not a very big secret. I think most of you have figured that out on your own, but for those who haven't, there you go. So there are 5 things now that are supposedly really, really bad. Things that will deem it as not advertiser friendly. And I want to speak about them individually very, very quickly, which for me means this will be like a 20-minute video. Just kidding. Because YouTube has, you kind of have to look at this a little bit, and you have to understand where some of the concern is coming from, where some of the anger is coming from, and where some of the fear is coming from based off of this idea. And content creators need to take this into account, because this could affect your livelihood, and I don't believe that Google is attempting to really screw you over all that much. In fact, I think the only real change that is here, aside from one of these 5 things, is the fact that now you will receive an email whenever something has become demonetized, instead of you having to go through a bit of a witch hunt in order to discover that information. But let's look at these 5 things real fast, and YouTube, you need to pay attention as well. Google, you need to pay attention as well, because if you scan things and you deem one thing unacceptable but not another, there's going to be some big-time problems. The first one is sexually suggestive content, which includes partial nudity and sexual humor. So this basically means do not be in your underwear or naked whenever you review or whenever you do whatever video that it is that you do. That seems pretty easy. This isn't Pornhub. If you want to do that, go to Pornhub. Make a brand new section of Pornhub where it's naked reviews, or naked nail ideas, or naked cooking. I'm sure that these have all been things that have been considered or done. So you might not be the first one there, but here's the thing, YouTube, this is where I want you to pay attention. If you deem somebody who is wearing a bikini or is just showing a little bit of skin as unacceptable, but then you keep just about, a lot of the hip-hop music, a lot of the old school hair metal music, or some of the rock music, anything that basically involves a scantily clad woman, either that or men running around in Speedos or whatever you deem to be sexually offensive, if you don't remove those, but you remove the videos from common content creators, ones that were organically made through your website, as opposed to pre-established markets, for bands and for movies and things like that, you're sending a really, really poor message to your content creators that people can get away with things which you can't. And that is not what this is all about, and it should not be all about this, because if it becomes all about that, then I can guarantee you that many people will migrate elsewhere, and somebody is going to basically create the Facebook to YouTube's MySpace, because that's what this is. Your MySpace. The minute that something brand new and shiny and, not BS comes about, because a lot of people feel this is BS, then they're going to jump ship. So you have to save the brand while you can. The second one is violence, including display of serious injury and events related to violent extremism. Funny thing is that they include sexual humor, but they don't include violent humor or violent speech or things of that variety, unless that's what they mean by violent extremism, whatever it is. So I guess that saves some really, really angry lyricism. So thank God for that, for the sake of heavy metal, and I guess for some other traditional styles of music. Hip-hop is in there once again. I mean, rebellion, things of that variety, I don't know, whatever. But this is one that seems a little bit obvious. I don't know what this means for wrestling. That's sports entertainment, so WWE is probably safe, because it's WWE. It's not like someone's coming out and stabbing the other person. Not every match is a New Jack match, but at any rate, this one seems kind of obvious. But of course, speaking about violent extremism, this is also going to mean that whenever attacks occur and stuff like that. That's what you're going to see. You know, some people have uploaded faces of death videos because they're weird or stuff that they perused from the dark web. Number 3, we have inappropriate language, including harassment, profanity, and vulgar language. There goes 75% of your content, basically. At least 75% of your content just went down the hole, principally because 10% of your content, I'm pretty sure, is cat videos, but, well, I really can't, give you figures because I've not done the research. But either way, PewDiePie's gone. Yeah, PewDiePie's gone. Bye-bye. All of that advertising revenue from him, it's gone. See you later. Most of my stuff is gone, so any revenue that you're getting, like a little piece that you're getting from me, I know, it's so little, it's so minute. Bye-bye, it's gone. Just about any streamer, gamer, just about anybody who is doing some sort of critique, angry video game nerd, see ya, bye-bye. Just about anybody that is really within your top tier is probably gone. And that includes some of your artists. That includes a lot of your artists. And once again, the idea is that if they're deemed acceptable, but your organic YouTubers, you know, the people that came to your website and decided to use it, if you deem that the artists are acceptable, those that have preconceived audience from a record company or a firm, that's acceptable, and the common Joe is not, since it's a really bad precedent, and you're going to lose this battle. Number 4, promotion of drugs and regulated substances, including selling, use, and abuse of such items. This is really, really stupid and really, really obvious. Because quite frankly, if you're using the drug on camera, in the video, and somebody shares it with the police, they have the ability to just arrest you based off of that. Now, in other countries, I don't know. In America, they can do it. They can do it. You can make up any excuse that you want, but if there is a video with you performing it, you basically handed them the sentence. You handed them the handcuffs and said, cuff me. If you're doing that on a video here on YouTube, you're an idiot. You really are. If you're promoting the stuff, you're probably not that wise either. But there's the one that is causing all the controversy, and it's based off of controversial or sensitive subjects. It's ironic, right? And events, which includes subjects that are related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. So basically it means that discussion of these things is now not deemed as advertiser-friendly, which means that if a terrible tragedy occurs, maybe because of a war or because of a conflict, like what happened in Paris last year, what happened in Paris last November, considering that it has ties to ISIS or this and that, that would no longer be deemed acceptable. You couldn't talk about that, even if you were just reporting on that. And that's where I want to make sure that this line is being drawn very, very closely, because if common Joes, once again, cannot talk about it and report upon that, that means that the Young Turks and just about any other news firm, that includes those that have network television, should not be able to do so as well. If it violates the content, whenever somebody decides to get in front of a camera that maybe doesn't have a journalist license and says that this is what happened, now, if they're stupid enough to make an opinion that is offensive, go to town. But if they're just merely presenting the facts and stating that it's a hell of a tragedy, it's a sad day, there should be nothing wrong with that. But if I see that Fox News is allowed to come on there and spout off of the mouth about the stupid, retarded, and ignorant bullshit that flows through that station, or through any of the real media stations that you could throw out there, what's the point? What's the point? YouTube might as well just transform itself into a way for people to watch TV on the internet. Which, basically, if you're doing that, you're just watching TV. Because the internet or a computer is just a box, a television is just a box. I think we're starting to draw some conclusions here. That's why the anger is there. That's why the concern is there, the anxiety is there. These are very loosely written. It needs a little bit of revision. I think a lot of people need to understand that there are some topics that this system is going to be very pathetic about, and it has been determined already that things such as rape or suicide are things that are going to be demonetized. Even if these videos have the intention, the express intention, to help people that are going through these things, that are trying to really bring awareness. So I don't get how some of these, some people are saying that this is a very pro-SJW move. I don't get how that is if it's removing videos that are speaking about how to get help if you are suicidal, or how to get through perhaps a traumatic event like a rape. You know, I don't get how that's pro SJW, aside from the fact that this does feel like, you know, further censorship down the line. I will admit that I do have some anxiety for my content, considering, well, one of these things, which is mainly profanity, because I'm a pretty profane guy. I'm not a guy that is sunshine and rainbows all the time. I like to tell things how it is essentially what I'm saying. My vocabulary is quite large, it is quite wondrous. However, it is not always very easy to put that on full display whenever you're in the heat of the moment. And I do not think that people should be penalized for something like that, especially considering if you really jeopardize one person based around the simple use of profanity, you lose out on your top subscribed, top viewed guy for the very same reason. And if you don't do that, that basically discourages people who are smaller in stature with their channels from even giving a crap. And if that's really the idea that you're trying to paint, which I don't think it is, I really don't think it is, but on the off chance, then just come out and say it. Just come out and say it. I think, guys, that this is being taken a little bit too far, but there's enough evidence that showcases that this may just be the beginning. So, all that I can say is that if you're a content creator, be a little bit more careful about the things that you do. It's amazing that I would say that. I'm going to have to do the same somewhat. But Google, you need to really be very, very considerate towards your actions in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. Really from here on out. Because the example that you set, the precedent that you set with the decisions that you make regarding this policy are going to reflect quite a good bit on your organic content creators. So just keep that in mind. That's all I have, guys. Take care.